Okay guys, we're here at the edge of this big clear cut where my camera is. I got my bike stashed right here. It was a nice quiet ride in, and now I'm gonna very quietly sneak down the edge of this clear cut and then cut straight up to where my camera is. It's sitting looking over a big community scrape underneath a big hemlock tree, and it's been soaking there since the beginning of June, and I've had it on video mode. So I'm sure that the SD card needs changed, and probably the batteries too. So just want to get in there as quietly as possible and get out of here as quietly as possible, and then we'll get back on the bike and head over 2 valleys over. There's a little area over there that I want to check out and maybe drop another camera. We'll see. So until then, I'm just going to sneak real quiet down here, and let's hope my camera's there, because this is public land and unfortunately cameras get stolen, but hopefully it's still there. So let's sneak in here and see what we can see. So as I'm sneaking back here through this clear cut, I just wanted to share a quick little tip for you guys, or something that I do when I'm scouting, and it really doesn't matter what time of year it is, if it's post-season, pre-season, in-season, it doesn't matter. But what I always do is try to carry my rangefinder around with me. That way, when I'm trying to pick out possible trees that I might use to sit in for hunting, I can get an idea from the heavy trails of where the best tree might be to shoot at those good spots. I'm standing in a spot right here on a really heavy trail that comes down through this clear cut, and then it goes down this way. There's some that go down this way, and there's a creek bottom there. And I was scouting this spot this spring and was looking for some trees in this area. But as I'm looking at it from up here, I can stand and look down there. There's a maple tree with a split trunk, and I was looking at that tree, and as I stand here and shoot it with my rangefinder, it's 35 yards. So 35 yards, if a deer came here, I could get a great shot. So it's a good idea to just carry your rangefinder around with you when you scout, because it could really help you out a lot in terms of picking out the right tree to trails, and it even just, you're already starting to familiarize yourself with the different ranges. So take a rangefinder with you when you scout, and it doesn't matter what time of year, but boy, they come in handy. So there's my camera right there, and I got it pretty high up in this tree, and then there's an old logging road here, and I have it pointing right down to this scrape. This is a big area here where there's no grass or anything growing. I call it a community scrape. It's also referred to as like a perennial scrape, but it's an area where the deer will hit year-round. Now, they might not hoof it up right there all the time. That's more so during the rut when they're really doing that and scraping it, but they'll come by and they'll pee in it. And then you have this big branch coming down. There's a lot of broken branches off of there that they use as their licking branches, and they'll leave their scent, their preorbital scent, all that kind of scent on those branches. So a scrape, community scrape or perennial scrape, great places to leave game cameras, because you'll get a lot of action on them. And you don't need to scent them up with anything, because the deer are leaving scent year after year, and it's all throughout the year. So it's an excellent place to put a camera to see a lot of action. Highly recommend. If you've never put a camera on a big old scrape like that, I would definitely do it, because you'll get a lot of action. Alright guys, so I just wanted to give you another quick little tip that I use as far as game cameras. Obviously, the climbing stick, to get it up, that helps for several reasons. One, less people are going to steal your cameras, because they're not going to be able to see them, for one. And for two, unless they're carrying a climbing stick around, they're not going to be able to reach it. And number 3 on that is, it's a lot better for the deer. It gets it out of their eye view. You know, they're not really looking up at it. If you have it angled down, they really don't see it as the same as if it's like eye level with them. But I'll get up here and show you one other quick tip too. So sometimes it's a little difficult when you're climbing up and you're hanging onto the tree and you got your stick. You can bring your harness too. I'm not up very high, but to see that you have it angled in the spot that you really want it in, especially if you have one of these cameras that don't have a screen on it for you to look. What I do is I take my cell phone and I put it on camera mode. Just put it on the regular front-facing camera, and I set it and line my phone camera up right with where this camera is. I hold it right up against there at that same angle, and then I snap a photo, and then I can look at that photo and I can tell perfect it's aimed right in that spot that I want it to. So it's just a quick little tip for helping you be able to aim or angle your cameras right where you want to be pointing for taking pictures. So just another quick little tip, and now I'm going to get down here and we'll get back out of here and head back to the bike. So I'm just making my way back, walking along the edge of this clear cut. All up here is clear cut. It's a big cut, and then it's actually on a ridge, and then it drops down the other side too. And the other side's really, really thick. Like, you can't even hardly walk through it. A lot of like just really tight saplings. But just found this nice heavy trail that cuts down through here. And as I peek down in, just in the woods here, there's a nice big rub. Now it's last year's rub, but still good sign. Nice big rub there. And then this little sapling back there has a rub on it. And this trail, you can see this trail kind of cuts right down like this, right down into that creek bottom. It's a small little creek bottom down here, and then a steep uphill up to the other side. But just on the other side of this creek, I walked it in the spring and I found a lot of nice crossings like this, and then quite a few nice rubs and scrapes in there. But this is a good area, and that's not very far. And there's the edge. You know, they'll cut across here, but they'll walk these edges a lot. Alright, I just got up and out of that clear cut and back to my bike, and it's about 4 o'clock now. Time kind of got away from me, and I forgot that I have some things to do this evening. So I'll have to scout those other areas a different day. I'm just going to make my way back on the bike now, take a nice ride back, and get plugged into the computer and see what we got on this game camera, see if there's any nice bucks on it. So if I find anything worth sharing, maybe I'll put in a couple clips at the end of this video, but other than that, that's going to end it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hunting season is right around the corner, so I plan on having a lot more videos, trying to keep up with it a little better this year. So stick around, and if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. That helps me out a lot, and hit the notification bells. It'll let you know anytime I put a video out. But again, really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.